Hey folks, Bill here for Destructoid.com, coming to you with some lady shoes for no real reason at all. I want to talk to you about Dead Island 2 because it just got a new trailer for Gamescom, which is happening this week. If you don't already know, Dead Island 2 is the sequel to Dead Island, but Dead Island was developed by Techland, who are now making Dying Light, which they say is not a sequel to Dead Island, but bet your ass it's a sequel to Dead Island. Look at that game. But Deep Silver, the publishers of the first Dead Island, have brought on Jaeger to develop Dead Island 2. It's a very weird, interesting thing because Jaeger, like the only game they've really made is Spec Ops: The Line, which is one of the most powerful and introspective video game experiences I've ever seen. And Techland made Call of Juarez: The Cartel, which is, not only a terribly buggy and not well-made game, but it's also like criminally misrepresenting the cartel wars in Mexico, which is a real problem that causes millions to suffer. But yeah, that's a weird juxtaposition where you've got an extremely responsible storyteller following up a game made by a totally irresponsible storyteller. But it still seems very much like Dead Island. You're off the island and instead you're in California, and everything's very bright and high contrast, which fits the Dead Island motif. It also fits Jaeger's style from what we saw in Spec Ops: The Line. So in this trailer, it's mostly just showing off a bunch of zombie killing action. You can freeze zombies now. You can still cut them up. You can snap their necks apparently. And also at one point in the trailer, it's like living the dream in California. I feel like Jaeger developing Dead Island 2, there's going to be some kind of deep overall message to the game. And I feel like since they brought it to California and everything's really bright, I think Jaeger might pull out some like Grapes of Wrath kind of thing or something like that. There's going to be something in there, I just know it, and that's kind of why I'm interested in this game. I just want to see what Jaeger does with it. But at the very least, you'll get to cut zombies' heads off, cut them in half, kick them in the face, freeze them, blast them, probably run them over with cars again. I did enjoy the car stuff in Dead Island. Either way, I think I'm gonna have to check Dead Island 2 out when it comes out. There's enough intrigue there for me that it's worth looking into. Dead Island 2 comes out next year. They're saying spring right now, but who knows? Next year for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. You can read all about Dead Island 2 and Dead Island spin-offs that are also happening for some reason over at Destructoid.com. And you can watch more videos like this right here. Subscribe, comment, call me a dummy, tell me to shave my beard. I might shave it. Someone tell me to shave it, please. Yeah, I'm Bill Zucker. Take it easy.